Hello everyone, welcome to another maths lesson. In this lesson, what we're going to look on is the inverse of a function. If you are new to my channel, please remember to like, subscribe, share, and comment. Don't forget to turn on your notification bell so that you can be notified as soon as I upload a video. Determine the inverse of the following functions below. Example 1. F of x equal 7x plus 5. So I'm going to show you how to write the inverse of this function by using 4 easy steps. Step 1, you're going to let f of x equal y. Then rewrite the function in terms of y. So this is how you would write that. So note here where f of x was, we now have y. So the function is now y equals 7x plus 4. Step 2, what you're going to do is to interchange x and y, meaning that where y is, you're going to put x, and where this x is, you're going to put y, and this is how you would write that. So note here what we now have is x equals 7y plus 4. So note that y and x switch position, right? Step 3, what we're going to do is to transpose for y, meaning that we're going to make y the subject of this function. So we need to transfer all the other numbers to the other side. So the first thing that we're going to do is to subtract 4 from both sides of this function. And this is how you would write it, as x minus 4 equal 7y plus 4 minus 4. Then at this stage, all you will do is to just simplify. So when you simplify, what you would end up with is just x minus 4 equals 7y. So at this stage, you need to transfer this 7 to the other side of the function. So 7y means 7 times y. So we're going to do that we're going to transfer this 7 by dividing both sides by 7, and this is how you would write it. So you will end up with x minus 4 all over 7 equal 7y all over 7. At this stage, you're going to simplify what you have here. So if you simplify, what you would have in the next line is just x minus 4 all over 7 equal to y. Because note, 7 into 7 is just 1, and 1 times y will just give you y. At this stage, what you're going to do, which is our final step, which is step 4, is to replace y with f inverse of x. And note how you write f inverse of x. It's just an f with a little -1 and x in a bracket. So now, if we replace y with f inverse of x, that will give us our final answer of f inverse of x equal x minus 4 all over 7. So this is the inverse of this function f of x. Note, in the original, we were multiplying by 7. In the inverse function, we are now dividing by 7. In the original function, we were adding 4. In the inverse function, we are now subtracting 4. So let's look at another example. So example 2, we're given the function g of x is equal to 2x plus 1 all over 5. Now, the only difference between the first function and this function is that one is a fraction. So the principle remains the same. So we're going to let g of x is equal to y and then rewrite the function in terms of y. So this is how you would write that. So note here where we originally have g of x, we now have y. So the function is y equal to 2x plus 1 all over 5. Step 2, we're going to interchange x and y, meaning that where y is, we're going to write x, and where x is, we're going to write y. So this is how you would write it. So note here, x takes the place of y, and here y takes the place of x. So we now have x equal to 2y plus 1 all over 5. What do you think we're going to do next? Step 3, of course, which is to transpose for y. So remember, transposing for y means that we want to make y the subject. So we need to transfer all the numbers that are affecting y. So the first number that we need to transfer is the denominator, which is 5. How can we transfer 5 to the other side of the equal sign? By doing the opposite operation, which is to multiply both sides by 5, and this is how you would write that. So you would end up with 5 bracket x equal 5 bracket 2y plus 1 all over 5. Well, what does the bracket mean? The bracket implies multiplication. So in other words, 5 bracket x means 5 times x, and 5 bracket 2y plus 1 all over 5 means 5 times 2y plus 1 all over 5. At this stage, all you need to do is to simplify. So if you simplify, 5 times x will give us 5x, and 5 times 2y plus 1 all over 5 will just give us 2y plus 1, because 5 into 5 here will give us 1, and 5 into the denominator will just give us 1, and 1 times 2y plus 1 will just give us 2y plus 1. At this stage, we need to transfer this positive 1 to the other side of the function. How can we do that? By doing the opposite operation of adding 1, which is to subtract 1 from both sides. So this is how you would write that. So we'll end up with 5x minus 1 equal 2y plus 1 minus 1. And then at this stage, all you're going to do is to simplify your answer. So when you simplify, what you will end up with is just 5x minus 1 equal 2y. So we have one number that is affecting this y, and it is this 2. What does 2y mean? 2y means 2 times y. So the operation there is multiplication. Well, can we transfer this 2 over to this side? We can do it by doing the opposite, which is to divide both sides by 2. Remember, we cannot just divide one side by 2 because it's an equation and it is balanced. So we have to do it to both sides. So when you divide both sides by 2, this is how you would write it. So you would end up with 5x minus 1 all over 2 equal 2y all over 2. Then at this stage, all you need to do is to simplify. So when you simplify, what you will end up with is 5x minus 1 all over 2 equal to y. At this stage, you only have one step to complete, which is step 4. And step 4 is to replace y with g inverse of x. After you have done that, you would have completed the problem. So therefore, g inverse of x is equal to 5x minus 1 all over 2. And that's how you determine the inverse of this function. Now you can take a close look at the inverse function and the original function. Note here, what happens is that all the operation is being reversed. So originally, we were multiplying x by 2. Down here, we are now dividing by 2. Up here, we were dividing by 5 in the original function. Down here, in the inverse function, we are multiplying by 5. Up here in the original function, we were adding 1. Down here in the inverse function, we are subtracting 1. Thank you very much for watching, and do enjoy the rest of your day. Please remember to like, subscribe, and commit.